what is your name?
Tabitha Aleshire.
And what is your degree?
I have a bachelor's degree in education and psychology and then a master's degree in social work.
What is the year that you got your master's degree in social work?
2009.
And where from?
Missouri State.
And can you discuss with me the type of social work positions you have had since obtaining your degree?
So I just have had, I worked at Children's Division, and so that's where I've worked the whole time since graduating. I started as an investigator and did that for 5 years, and then moved into a specialist position, which has a multitude of duties, but that can include like training new employees, and I help to mentor new supervisors and just a lot of different things. And then I also teach at MSU per course or adjunct.
So talk to me about when you were an investigator. What does it look like to be an investigator for Children's Division?
So the investigators are the ones that are going into the field immediately. They receive the hotlines that are called in by the community when there's a concern for a child, and they respond to that hotline and go out and see what is going on with the family, and is this child safe? Is this child not safe? What can we do if he's not safe? Provide the family resources. Sometimes it ends up leading to removal if we can't come up with a different plan.
So if you could tell me what a day looks like at your job right now. Talk about what a day looks like at your job.
As a specialist?
Talk about first as an investigator,
okay.
And then as a specialist.
So as an investigator, it was really hard to plan my day. There would be days where you would be getting hotlines that day, and then there would be a couple of days where you might stay in the office and type and really focus on your case notes and things like that. But any given day, you come into the office. We really try to do like 2 hours in the morning of what we call protected time from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's just for typing and getting all of your case notes completed that you did the day before. So after that, you would gather up whatever cases you'd received that morning or into the afternoon and make your plan of action for the rest of the day, whether it be several home visits, you might have to go up to the hospital, you might have to go to a mental health facility, any of those things where the child might be. And you need to be prepared to interview the family, interview the children, do walkthroughs of the home. Sometimes you have to call police for assistance. And so it's hard to plan because you never know what reports you're going to get that day. And so you never know where you'll be. And you never know sometimes how long that will take. So, we try to end by 5, but if you have a home where a couple children are in different places at that moment where you have to go talk to them, it could last longer. So it can really be a little crazy depending on what hotlines come in.
And so as a specialist, what does your day look like?
As specialist, I am constantly mentoring new employees. We always have new employees or new students coming in to do internships, and then sometimes that leads into employment. And so we really try to structure them into right away getting paired up with what we call a veteran worker, a worker that's been there for a while. And I really work one-on-one with them and just trying to train them on all the basic aspects of Children's Division. And then they kind of get that one-on-one specific with the different mentors they're with. And so that is a lot of what I do. And then there's other things that I do as far as different trainings for the region. So I do trauma training, I do well-being orientation training, and different things like that. So my day can consist of a lot of meetings and a lot of pre-planning for trainings and different things, and then of course meeting with all my new people.
How do clients get referred to your agency?
So really the only way you can get referred is if you have a hotline. So it's not usually a positive thing, but it can lead into some positive things if we can help in various ways get the family in a good spot. And so it's somebody that has a concern, and sometimes it's even the parent that has a concern. If their child was somewhere and there's a concern, the parent sometimes will call in their own hotline. So that's how we get that.
Okay. What are the main services you provide to clients who come to your organization?
So as far as like investigations, that's mainly going on and seeing what the family needs. But we do have an in-home service and that's called family-centered services, and that is, with Children's Division. And that would be if, there's some concerns with the family, but we really want to keep the family together. We don't want to disrupt anybody, so we'll see if they'll accept this family-centered services, and we have a caseworker that will go out anywhere from one or two times a week to maybe even once a month, just depending on what they need and how much crisis they have right then. And then we also have intensive in-home services. That's a contracted agency, so they have a contract with the state to provide services for our families, but it's not housed in Children's Division. And they're very intensive, just like their name says, and they're out there 8 to 10 hours a week, working with that family and really, really trying to prevent that child or those children from coming into foster care.
Is there a time limit on the amount of time you can serve clients?
So in different departments, yes. So investigations, when you get a hotline, we really strive to have that hotline closed in 45 days. So it really is kind of an in and out thing. If they need further services, we refer on. So, and then family-centered services, that can be open, anywhere from a couple months to a couple years, depending on how the family is doing. When the child's in foster care, that can be open for many years, just dependent upon the case and what's going on. So it really just depends on the department in Children's Division of what the family's involved with.
Do you interact with the community with your job? And if so, what does that look like?
Yes, I'm involved in several different committees and meetings that I'm involved with that get me out into the community. I do community presentations at various places. Like Cox, with the same nurses at OTC, with their human services program, and then just in general, a lot of different areas. We do MDT, which is multidisciplinary team meetings that involves a lot of different community members. So my job specifically is a lot of interaction with the community.
What is the best thing about being a social worker, do you think?
The variety of things that I can do. So I'm not limited in what I can do as a social worker. And even within Children's Division, we have so many different departments that I'm able to move around and do different things. So that's really nice. But as a social worker in general, I just like knowing that I can at any time go somewhere else if I wanted to and pursue a different avenue that could be completely different from what I'm doing now.
Is there anything that you would like as a social worker to be better?
Better pay. The social worker, if you get into social work because you have the heart for it and you really want to serve people and serve the community. And so it is hard because probably social work is one of the more stressful jobs that you can have really in almost any realm that you go into. So it probably just the stress that comes with it with trying to help people that don't always want your help.
Okay. And for future social workers, what do you think are the best characteristics they should exhibit to be successful?
Just probably one of the biggest ones is not to give up. Don't give up. It can get hard sometimes. Most of social work jobs are going to be working with people that don't always want our help or don't think they need our help. And so just keep going and don't give up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.